Hey folks, this is the Rock and Roll King, Robert R. McFarland, talking to you. This is episode number 9, just want to make sure I'm right, of the Rock and Roll CD. So we're talking about the Rock CD, and we're talking about the song Midnight. And I don't know how long she's going to stay with me here, but this is Midnight, my cat. And this is who the song was written about, My Midnight. See her beautiful eyes there? And she was the only animal I had for, I think, 2 years. And I got Downtown, then I got Rusty, and I got Jolene. So and she would never hang out with me too much, so it's kind of on her time. But she used to stay on my lap a little bit more before those other guys got here. But this is My Midnight. And the actual song was going to be called My Midnight, but sometimes I have too many my's in songs. I didn't want to have too many songs with My Midnight. So this is my little baby Midnight. So I wrote the song about her. So every time, what's funny is, she knows the song's about her. Every time I play that song, acoustic guitar, on the stereo or electric guitar, she comes out and sits by me or gets close to me. So she knows it's about her. You gonna stay up here or not? I think she's gonna jump down. But at least you got to see her. So, My Midnight. This is Stories Behind the Songs, SBTS. So, I came up with this riff. I thought it was pretty cool. And so I'm coming up, I'm trying to think, okay, what can I sing about? Of course, she came out on that riff and was right down by my feet. And again, I think she was the only one I had at the time. I don't think I had Downtown even at that time. But she stood right at my feet, and I think she was playing with some kind of toy. I said, I wonder if I could write a song about my cat here. And so I came up with the idea, hey, let's call it Midnight. So, I came up with the verse, and will my midnight, your hair is dark as night. My midnight, your hair is dark as night. Say you'll never go away, in my arms you'll always stay. My midnight. So I was originally going to call it My Midnight. Again, I had My Sweet Lady. I was going to call it My Rose, My Midnight. Don't have too many my's in there. So I just shortened it to Midnight. But anyways, she would stay on my lap when the other animals was not here before I got them, more than she does now. In the wintertime, maybe more often than the summertime. But in the wintertime, she'll sleep at the edge of my bed, but not in the summertime. So she's kind of has her own thing. Sometimes I get to pet her, sometimes I don't. But I love her to death still. But what had happened was when I hope people spay and neuter their animals, because there for a while, there's like every time spring came, we'd have a litter of cats. It's like, oh my gosh, can't you guys spay and neuter your cats? And they just let them run wild. So she was coming back and forth. I'd see her here and there. So one day, she was just so cute, just a little. I said, I'm opening up the door. If you come in, we'll see if you like it. So she came in, and she wanted right back out. And my brother and his wife had 2 cats. I didn't think I'd ever have cats because I was a dog guy. I like dogs, but I felt so bad. And we live right next to a road, so that the animals get killed on the road. So it's like people don't spay and neuter their animals. Then they have these litters of cats, and they end up getting killed on the road. It's like, it's so cruel. So I'd seen her. So the second night, I said, okay, if I open up the door tonight, you're coming in, you're going to be my cat. So she came in, and she didn't really want to leave that night. So I got a bowl of food and stuff, and that was it. She was my cat. So when I was writing this song, I wanted to come up with, like if she had a chance to go outside, I didn't want her to leave. But I made her an inside cat. So, my whole concept of the song was I wanted to describe her with dark hair, golden eyes, and that, she loved me. I wanted to put that to lyrics. But also, when I held her in my arms or on my lap, I didn't want her to leave. So that was the first verse. So the second verse is, your eyes shine like candlelight, say you'll never go away, in my arms you'll always stay. Then we came to the bridge, and again, that's when she sleeps on my bed. You kept me warm all through the night. You make me wrong, or when I feel wrong, you make me feel so right. Again, any animal can liven up your spirits when you come home. And she used to always greet me when I came home, and purr and want me to feed her. I'm so glad you came into my life. Say you'll never leave. That you'll always be here with me. So that was the whole, process of that lyric writing. Short, simple, easy. And I think I basically just kind of repeat, kind of like the bridge, which is verse 4, you kept me warm all through the night, say you never go away. Then we came up with the riff where we just keep saying, "You never go away, in my arms you always stay, my midnight." We just kept repeating that, and that was basically the whole thing for Midnight. And then, excuse me, I got like a little Jimi Hendrix kind of riff at the very end, which I thought was cool. Little hats off to Jimi Hendrix. See if you can pick it up. But again, every time I play that song, she comes out. She knows it's about her. But I wanted to introduce you to Midnight. I know Rusty and Jolene always get all the attention on all the videos. Again, they're more, amped to come up. I actually put them in the cages so they wouldn't bother Midnight, so I could at least have her on there for a minute or so. Downtown is sometimes jump up on my lap on these videos. But Midnight, I can see her right now, but she's off to her own a little bit, and she kind of stays away from the other people. Tolerates Downtown a little bit, but the dogs, absolutely nothing to do with the dogs. And the funny story about Midnight is I could see it in her face. It was just me and Midnight. Everything was cool. Then I brought Downtown in, my cat, and she hissed at him. Then I didn't see her for 2 weeks. I put food and water out there. She would get that. But I didn't see her for 2 weeks. And then when I brought Rusty in, that was the deal breaker. When I brought Rusty in, she was kind of over, like she wasn't going to hide for 2 weeks, but she gave me this look like, "Bob, first Downtown, another cat. But Rusty, a dog, Bob. You brought in a dog. How could you?" And then when I brought Jolene in, absolutely nothing to do with Jolene. So, but that is the story of Midnight. I still love all my animals the same, just as much. I don't get to pet or play with Midnight as much. That's kind of how she always was, but that's how it is. But I saved her from getting killed on the street, so hopefully she's thankful for that. She comes out when I plays guitar a little bit, and she'll sit right next to me, especially on her song, Midnight. But folks, that is story number 9. I hope I'm telling you right. Yeah, 9 on the Rock CD. And look who just jumped up on my lap. Stories behind the songs. That was episode number 9, Midnight. That's how the story came to be. This is the rock and roll king, Robert R. McFarlane, talking to you. He's got Downtown on his lap. Boom, 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 boom. Music's the soundtrack of life. Have some every day. And remember, it's all for one, one for all, and all for rock and roll. Until next episode, folks. I've written one story about him, but I haven't got one finalized yet. He might make the next record. Till next time, folks, we'll see you.